Sunday, Monday, happy days. Tuesday, Wednesday, happy days. Thursday, Friday. Oh, oh, it's on. Okay. Anyway, I was just thinking about social networking, social media, and jumping the shark. And I've kind of got a point to where I'm trying to get to with this. Some of you have heard that Instagram changed the way that they are presenting posts. So in the past, they would present photos to you from your friends in a chronological order, or to be more specific, a reverse chronological order. So you would see the most recent post by your friends, followed by the one they posted just prior to that, followed by the one posted just prior to that. So you could go down your list and see the most recent posts going all the way back to hopefully where you recognize you stopped viewing in your last Instagram session. I kind of like that, followed my workflow. What they've done now is they've changed it into a algorithmic view. So they attempt to discern through some computer algorithm what you are most likely to enjoy looking at and clicking like on. So the first photo you might see might be something posted by your friend 10 days ago, and then to see the one he posted an hour ago, you might have to scroll down, 400 other pictures. So by itself, I kind of get what they're trying to do, and it's great for their advertisers, by the way. But it should be an option, right? Like I should be able to say, you know what, I really, for the way I view it, because for me, I don't look at Instagram every single day, but I do want to catch up. So I might spend, 20 minutes, go through and catch where I'm at, and then I recognize where I left off. So it'd be nice to have an option to say, yeah, I still like the chronological view, put that back. But no, Instagram didn't do that. They're saying, you're going to use this algorithmic view. That's it. So I don't know if it bothers you. Kind of bothers me. And it reminds me of some other social media apps that made changes that just made me stop using it. So in my case, for now, I'm done with Instagram. I just deleted it because I don't have time to. I mean, the workaround I found was I find my interesting friends, I click on their name, and then I view in the order they posted it. But I can't do it in 20 minutes anymore. It's going to take me an hour to do what I used to do before just by scrolling. So I've just pretty much I've given up with it. I've deleted it. So I just want to talk to you about some other social networking apps that jumped the shark. And by the way, this term "jump the shark" comes from that 1970s TV show Happy Days, and it was a very popular show on TV. I don't know if any of you are old enough to remember it, but there was a character called Fonzie. He was kind of cool. He'd go, "Hey," and things would happen, and he could fix things just by, like, the jukebox would always break in their hangout. It was kind of like Friends before there was Friends, right? Except instead of hanging out at a coffee shop, they hung out at Big Al's restaurant or diner or whatever it was. I hope his name was Al. Anyway, but like the jukebox would always break, and people put in their money, it wouldn't work, and Fonzie would walk over, and this is going to sound loud on the mic, and he'd go, "Hey," and the jukebox would start playing. He was like the cool cat. Anyway, Fonzie was played by Henry Winkler. Some of you probably know who that is. Anyway, short version of it. Toward the end of the show, they started trying to get a little more crazy, I guess, in their storylines. And at one point, Fonzie was out water skiing, and he had to jump over a shark that was putting him in danger. But he was water skiing because he always wore this leather jacket. He even went water skiing wearing the leather jacket, which was kind of lame, right? So the common wisdom, or the conventional wisdom, is that the show kind of went downhill after he jumped the shark. So the term "jumping the shark" became a term for when something goes from desirable to "I don't need it anymore." So for me, this change in Instagram is jumping the shark. I don't need it anymore. It's going to get deleted. Other social media apps that have done that. Twitter, kind of. I still use Twitter, and it's got nothing to do with the way they've done their feed, and I can't really put my finger on what's changed. But I know 2 years ago, it was very easy to engage people on Twitter and have a reasonably good conversation. Now it just seems like an echo chamber. People tweet and there's no responses, and if there is a response, it's kind of, I don't know, it's just not good. It doesn't stimulate me intellectually like it used to. So I'm not really sure what's going on Twitter, but to me that's also kind of jumped the shark, and it's a shame because it's kind of the platform for me started social media, and I've got thousands and thousands of followers on Twitter, and I used to really enjoy it. Now I don't know. Instagram I just talked about. To me, that just jumped the shark last month. Google Plus. What do I say about Google Plus? did it ever really jump the shark, or did it start on the other side of the shark? I mean, it's never really been that engaging for me. There's never that many people on there. And I've tried it a couple times at this point, and I kind of thought it would be like a better version of Twitter. But every time I've tried to have discussions with people on there, it's always ended up, I don't know, there seems to be, I don't want to insult people that like Google+. There's a lot of photographers, but I've never really had decent conversations on there. It's always been very, okay, I'm going to just say it. The people that I've talked to on Google Plus always seem to be a little bit self-righteous, from my opinion. But I'm hoping maybe that's just the people I've met, and I haven't had a chance to go out there. I don't want to condemn everybody, so let's just move on. But anyway, Google Plus, I don't think, has ever gotten that mass following that it kind of needed to be successful, and it's a shame because it could have been a great alternative platform. I haven't tried Snapchat yet. I hear that's the up and coming one, so on its way to the shark. Not quite there yet. So that's really about it. And then there was I guess the last one I'll talk about. One of the earliest social networking sites, Classmates.com. It was kind of cool way back when it came out. You could finally connect with people you haven't seen since high school if you wanted to. And they jumped the shark too, but this is weird because they didn't jump the shark due to anything they did. They were charging, I think it was like $20 or $30 a year, and Facebook came out and it was free, and people could connect with the same people. So it was sort of like, somebody tell the CEO of Classmates that there's another property on the web that's doing pretty much the same thing for free. So anyway, so that's it. So just my take on Instagram. And the other one I did want to mention, I should have mentioned this earlier, Foursquare. That one jumped the shark epically. Had a lot of people using it, and it was kind of silly. You basically show up at a physical, real place on Earth, like a restaurant, a movie cinema, nightclub, what have you, and you click check-in. And if you checked in, or even an airport lounge, right, and you check in more times than anybody else, you got a mayorship. So they had this whole game theory thing going on. I used to use it all the time. It was fun because it took almost no time. You click and you could leave a review at a place if you wanted to, or you don't have to. You can see how many of your friends check in there, and and if you checked in more than anybody else, you became mayor. So it's like this, you got the crown for being there more. So, like, I know a couple friends of mine that traveled in the same industry I'm in, and we, like, I'm the mayor of this airport lounge, or of this airport in general, if you really stepped it up. It was fun, and the company in return got all sorts of data that they could use for advertising and data mining and marketing and whatnot. And then overnight they decided, we're going to change this. We're going to take out the check-in feature, put that off on another app called Swarm, which, as far as I know, nobody went over to Swarm. And then they took out the mayorships of Foursquare, so you took out the whole reason people went into it. And I don't even know if Foursquare is still around. I should probably look. They may be, but it was almost everybody I know was on Foursquare just like deleted that app overnight. So there's some unforced errors that these social networking guys do. Now, the ones that are still standing, YouTube clearly is doing something right. And it's because of this kind of interaction that YouTube producers and the viewers can have, and that's kind of fun. The other one that's probably still going to be around in spite of anything they do is Facebook, and I'll tell you why. Facebook was an early mover, and they got a lot of people on board that was able to, so you got families and friends, including non-technical people. Okay, so like my dad is on Facebook. He's like one of the most non-technical people you're ever going to meet. He manages to use Facebook, and he communicates on Facebook with his relatives. There's a lot of folks that do that. And that's one of the reasons Google Plus was going to have a hard time moving people from Facebook over, because once people are on and are used to it, people do resist change, and that would include, especially on a social media thing. So people aren't going to leave Facebook too quick, and that's just because of the perfect timing Facebook had when it came online. Tail end of MySpace, at the point where people were just starting to embrace social networking. So, I mean, I guess it's not impossible for Facebook to completely jump the shark and go into the deep end, but I think they would have to try really hard to be able to do that. So that's it, guys. What's your thoughts on this? I'm just kind of having a discussion here. Yeah, I'm kind of done with Instagram, which is fine. I don't have a lot of free time anyway, so I'm quite happy to leave that behind for the moment. that's it. Coming forward, just got a box in the mail today with the voice remote for the Dish Hopper DVR. I'm going to be getting a review of that. I'll probably start that tonight. So, that's it for now. Take care.
It's gonna screw it up.